Alright, here's our second custom business card. I already have it started with the outline and the text in there. But the last piece I have is I want to take the outline, instead of being a rectangle, I want kind of a half circle on one side. And then I want to pop this logo, our SHS Science logo, onto the kind of inside that curved circle. So I'm just going to walk you through and show you how to do that. So the first thing is I want my card to still be the same size, but I want this curve in there. So I know I want to, if my half circle is the height of my business card, which was 2 inches before, let me go and check and make sure this is still the right size. It's a little bit bigger. Let's make that exactly 2. What I can do is I want to shrink this by 1 inch, because I know it's going to come to here and then it's going to arc out for the radius of my circle, which is going to be 1 inch on the side. So I'm going to take my rectangle and I'm going to make this, instead of being 2 inches or 3.5 inches wide, I'm going to make it 2.5 inches wide, like that. And now I'm going to draw a circle. Hold down Control to make sure it's a circle, and I'm going to make this circle, select it, a diameter of 2, and make sure I make both of them so it's not an ellipse. And now what I can do is I can take this circle, I'm going to drag it across, and actually if I turn the snap tools on over here, I think I have enough set where the center of the circle should snap to the center of this line. So let's drag it and see what happens if we get lucky. There it goes. It jumps right to the midpoint of that line. So I know exactly half the circle's over here and exactly half it's over there. And now I could merge these, which is what I'm going to eventually do. But what I want to do right now is I'm going to keep them here, because when I drop my image in, I want to use this circle to center it, and then afterwards I can merge them merge the circle with the rectangle. So I'm happy there. Now I'm going to go over. I'm going to trace my image first. So path, trace bitmap. I'm going to use grays this time, because I know I'm laser etching this, so it's not going to etch in color. So I want to make sure I kind of get an idea what it looks like. So I'll use grays. I'm going to use 4 scans, because I think that should be enough. I want to remove the background, and let's preview it. And it looks, I mean, again, this color difference isn't too great, but I can fix that in a second. But it looks pretty good, so I'll hit OK. And give it a second. It was originally a pretty big image, so there we go. I can move it across, get rid of my original. And now I have my traced image. And now I know I'm going to do a couple things first. I'm going to fix that color problem, because I know this color here and here are kind of too close. When they get laser etched, they're going to etch pretty much the same color. So I'm going to first right click on this and hit ungroup, because there's a bunch of different shapes here. And now I can actually click on the different shapes separately. So if I click on this one and select it, and I go down here and maybe use a lighter color, I can kind of pick different colors. I'm going to choose, actually that 20% gray isn't too bad. I'm going to choose that. And when I etch this, we'll see what it looks like. Now I'm going to highlight this again and group it back together, just so I don't select things by mistake, because if you'll see, actually, if I unselect it and grab just one, there are actually different shapes inside there. So I'll highlight everything, group it back together. And now I know that this circle here is a 2 diameter circle, so I'm going to make my shape a little bit smaller than that. So let's make it 1.8, and in each direction. And now, because I left the circular, I didn't blend them yet, I can drag this across and it should snap right to the center. Except for it looks like disappear, but that's because I know it's actually behind my other images. So I'll go here and I'll just raise it to the top. So it's there, and let's zoom in on that and see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. It's not overlapping my text. So that's good. Now I can click my circle and click my main border, go to path, union them. And now they're merged together, and now I have a nice little design. And you might like we did with the last one, I'll right click on this, duplicate it, go up to object, or path rather, dynamic offset, and offset in a little bit if I want to make an outline. And if you notice, it keeps snapping back, and that's because I have all these snap tools on still. So I'm going to turn those off. I can put a little thing there, and again, it looks like it just disappeared my other image. That's because, again, I got to move this back, so I'll lower this. I should have, if I was let's lower it to the bottom, and it's probably because it's on a different layer, so I probably should have looked at that before anyways. Let's see, this is on the base layer, which is weird. Let me just move this for a second. get this out of here. And this is why, again, this is why layers are kind of important. So this should be my decoration. So I'm going to move this to the decoration layer because I want it to be on top of everything. Let's turn that on. And now I'll go back. I'll duplicate this. I will dynamic offset it. And this I should move now to my outline layer, which is off, so I should turn it on. Ooh, what is this thing? Don't need that. And I'm going to make this thing a little bit thicker, so let's go to the fill dialog. Let's go to stroke style, and we'll make this 0.01. See what that looks. That is, oh, let's make it 0.1. It's a little big. Let's make it 0.05. That looks good. And the last thing I'm going to do, or two last things. Again, this is red. I'm going to make it a grayscale because I know I'm going to, oh, not that. Remember, it's shift and then the color to change the outline. So I'll make that color because I want to kind of get etched in. You could, I mean, again, you might want to make it smaller, make this bigger. Maybe there's too many lines, but again, that's the design style. It's up to you. I do want to now remember before I forget to make the outline, the kind of base outline here to be the right size, which should be 0.001. Otherwise, it will not cut. And again, like I said before, I've made that mistake many, many times and wasted time and a little bit of effort. And it looks like our second business card design is done.